All right. Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing this live via Facebook and YouTube, but I've also added Instagram this morning, just trying to expand the platform. Wanted to do a quick news roundup of some of the things in the news that should be of particular importance to African Americans. At the top of the news for me, Keon Harold, who is a jazz musician who's played on a number of popular artists' work, was in a New York City hotel, the Arlo, I believe it's called, with his son Keon Harold Jr. When a psychotic white dog, a Karen, came bursting in and accused his son of stealing her cell phone. Now, this we don't know her name, so I'm just going to refer to her as Filthy Bitch. Filthy Bitch came in, or I'll just call her FB. FB came in and immediately attacked his son, seeing that he had an iPhone, and said, "That's my phone." Now, she had left the hotel days earlier and came in and immediately went to his son who had an iPhone and said, "That's my phone." And when the father said, "No, that's not your phone," he stepped in front of his son and said, "No, it's not your phone." She said, "Well, make him prove it." And they were trying to sidestep her and leave. She attacked his son and tried to hold him, keep him from leaving the hotel. And when the father intervened, she attacked him and scratched him. The hotel manager, instead of coming over to try to figure out what was going on, immediately took Filthy Bitch's side and said that they needed to prove to FB that the cell phone was indeed the son's. Another father, he recorded it. He did a good job. He defended his son. But I'm just going to be honest. For me, if someone comes after my son, I'm going to knock him out. I'm not going to reason with them. I'm not going to have a conversation. If you put your hands on my child, I'm going to put you to sleep. I'm just that's just what it is. You can't reason with these people, and we have to stop trying to. We have to stop pretending that these are reasonable people. We have to stop pretending that we can, just be calm and have conversations with them. As soon as she attacked his son, he should have knocked her out. I mean, just put your fist right to the square part of their jaw with as much force as possible and knock them the hell out. Attorney Ben Crump has taken the case and he's going after the city. He's also going to go after the hotel. I definitely think he should go after the hotel, and he should continue to press the prosecutors to take Filthy Bitch to the mat and prosecute her to the fullest extent of the law because she verbally and physically assaulted both Keon Harold and his son, Keon Harold Jr. White folks we have to stop this, and the only way we're going to stop it is by hurting them and hurting them bad. I mean, you can hurt them financially, but if someone puts their hands on you, let me quote Malcolm X. I'm a black nationalist, and he's one of my favorite. He said, "Be obedient, obey the law. But if someone puts their hands on you, try to send them to the cemetery." And I believe that, and that's what I would do if someone tried to assault my son. We have to stop trying to negotiate and reason with people who are just not reasonable. The second item is the the stimulus. So Congress passed a stimulus bill, and then the goofy in chief, Trump, because he's pissed off at some of the Republicans who wouldn't support his effort to overturn the vote. So he decided to put a monkey wrench in the works, and he said, "I want it to be 2,000 instead of 600 as far as the benefits that go to Americans." And he threatened not to sign the bill, but he ended up signing it, and and it passed. But then the House of Representatives, which is led by Democrats, decided to pass a measure to increase the 600 to 2,000. The only problem is that it now has to go to the Senate, led by Mitch the Bitch McConnell. That is an evil man. I'm convinced that he's the devil's third testicle. I'm also convinced that small children have been harmed during his lifetime. He just looks like a freak, a weirdo, and a damn demon. But he's saying that they're going to refuse to even entertain the measure. However, there's another piece of legislation that they want, that they hold near and dear. So the Democrats are going to threaten that. But also, there's two seats in Georgia that are being hotly contested now. If those two seats are lost by the Republicans, they lose their Senate majority. And so in that race, the people who are actually looking for that 2,000 as opposed to 600, the people are paying attention. And so that might make a difference as far as whether or not the Senate supports the measure to increase the stimulus for Americans from 600 to 2,000. I think it's a shame, and I hope people, especially people who are always advocating to vote, 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 and don't ask for anything, just vote, 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 vote. I hope you morons are paying attention, because you vote, 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 and you get nothing, 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 nothing. And I'm not even talking about black people. I'm talking about the American people. These are people you put in office. They're giving millions of dollars to foreign countries. They're giving millions of dollars to start museums during a pandemic. You're going to fund new museums during a pandemic, and but they don't want to give the American people their tax dollars. These aren't, we're not talking about, something created. We're not talking about like the illegal immigrants who get tax money, to subsidize their living, even though they haven't contributed to the tax base. We're talking about American taxpayers. This is our money. This isn't something that they're giving away for free. And to see these bastards and bitches so vehemently opposed to giving us money that is ours during a time, where the American people really needed. I mean, some countries are giving citizens money, every month. They suspended rent and mortgage. But here in America, this is, Donald Trump talked about shithole countries. This is a shithole country where, you have a pandemic that has crippled millions and millions of Americans, and you throw them $1,200, and then months later, 6 7 months later, you want to give them 600. I don't know what they think 600 is supposed to do. Of course people are going to take it. They want it. I'll take it. But it's just really, really horrible that the fight, Preston James, what's up, brother? It's just really horrible that the fight is over $2,000. So that means that if the measure passes and people get the 2,000, that means that you've given them 3,200 within a roughly 1 year period. And a lot of these people have no jobs. Some of them couldn't get unemployment. Some of them couldn't get anything. They may be getting public assistance if they're lucky. And you've given them $3,200 over the course of 1 year. That's pretty damn sad. Or if the measure doesn't pass and we get 600, that means that you've given the American people $1,800 over the course of roughly 1 year. That shit is that's criminal. It's criminal. Next item on the quick news roundup is COVID-19. Monday, we saw a record number of patients come in for hospitalization or acute or emergency care. That number in one day was 121,235. So, again, hospitals continue to be overwhelmed. And so, what that means, I explained it before, let me explain it again. I'll probably explain it continuously. What that means is that if hospitals are overwhelmed, particularly with emergency services, that means that if you have an emergency and you go to the hospital, you could be turned away because now the hospitals are forced to deal with um, they're being overwhelmed by managing emergency care like battlefield triage. So what that means is that they have to go and look at who's out there, what your sickness is, how acute the sickness is, and make a decision as to whether or not you get treated because they're overwhelmed by managing the COVID patients who are prioritized. So keep that in mind when you go to a picnic and with a whole lot of people. When you go to an illegal underground gathering in a club. You know, California was supposed to be on lockdown, but in San Bernardino County, there's one club, a restaurant in particular that I know of. They're doing regular parties. They're doing their thing. People are still acting like this is a joke, but this is the result. So now emergency services are overwhelmed. If you have a heart attack, if you're not dead when you get there and they think that you can hang out for another day, they'll send you away. So let's pay attention to that and let's all 6 feet, wear your mask, and wash your hands. Um, Adam Coy, a demonic son of a bitch who's on the police force in Columbus, Ohio, has been fired for shooting Andre Hill. Andre Hill had a cell phone in his hand, and the demon claimed that he thought it was a gun and shot him. Now, this is the same place where Casey Goodson Jr. Was killed. Another black man. He was going into his home with a Subway sandwich, and the damn demon dog thought that, or claimed, he's a lying sack of crap, claimed that it was a gun, and he shot him. So we've got to deal with this. So all of you people who are afraid when people say defund the police, or when they say that the police organizations need to be reorganized, shut your damn mouth. Because number one, you don't even understand what that means, and number two, something has to change. And defund doesn't necessarily mean getting rid of the police. Defund means taking away duties from them that they're just not qualified to do. These aren't the smartest people. These are hateful, ignorant people. These are, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say the majority, but probably the majority of these people who are on the police force. These aren't, good guys who want to save, protect, and serve. These are people who are just hateful, crazy. A lot of them are on steroids. A lot of them have mental issues, and they're out there with a badge and a gun. And so, things have to change. But in the meantime, Ben Crump is going to go after. I think Ben Crump. Oh, I don't know who's handling this case, but I know that they're going after the police force, and we'll see what turns out. And then the last thing on the list, as a business owner, it's funny to me because people always want to tell you what you should be doing with your business and how you should handle your business. So Oprah Winfrey, who some of you think is a god, Oprah Winfrey has sold a majority share of her business, the OWN, to Discovery. And people are losing their minds. People are saying crazy shit like, "Oh my God, we can't keep anything." What is the we? Like, how is that we not keeping anything? Like, was Oprah doing a distribution of wealth? Was there some payout? You get shares of OWN, and you get shares of OWN. I missed that because I want my shares of OWN. If she's throwing them out there like that, but she's not. So I don't get the we portion, and I just don't understand how people are upset about what she's doing with her own business. Listen, if you want to own something, pun intended, start your own, pun intended. Other than that, mind your damn business. So anyway, I just wanted to do a quick news roundup. Like and share, like and share. If you're watching it live via one of these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, please like and share. If you subscribe to YouTube, also hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I go live. I'm going to try to do these as often as possible, try to bring in guests. because I like this, and I think this is a really good fit for me. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day as you go on about your way. Happy holidays. Hope that you're finding some time in this crazy world, these crazy times. Hope you're finding some time and some space to relax and take care of yourselves. All right. See you next time. Thanks.